welcome to the Witch's Cauldron. My name's Paula. Today's video is another in my Wicca 201 series. And this one is on the use of essential oils for your magical practice. We'll also address essential oils for like aromatherapy and healing in another couple of videos. The same thing with herbs and gemstones for healing. I wanted to do the magic first, and then we'll get into the healing uses of a lot of the same herbs and stuff as you will use in your magical practice. So let's start off by thinking about what exactly is an essential oil. Now, essential oils are a distillate or more intense form of botanical resin, gum, fruit, or wood. Okay, this means that leaves, bark, flowers, resins from plants and trees are used in the making of essential oils. Okay, in the past, in ancient times, the way that magical practitioners and clergy, because it was usually kind of restricted to like high priests and high priestesses who chopped up and mixed the botanical matter with carrier oils such as olives or sesame seed oil or animal fats. Then the mixture was heated so that the oils from the botanical matter were released, and they were released into the carrier oil. Okay, modern day distilling means taking copious amounts of the raw say flower, we'll say, jasmine. Okay, it takes thousands and thousands of jasmine flowers to make 1 ounce of jasmine essential oil. Okay, it is a very intense process. The plants are mixed in with clear, distilled waters, heated. The vapor is captured, just kind of like the process of making distilled spirits or liquor. The vapors are caught and then put through a condenser, and then the vapor condenses down into an essential oil. Okay, there are also processes that involve taking like the seeds, kernels, peel of, like, say, fruit, and pressing them so that the oils are released. Okay, that's a cold process. You can't use that process for just everything. But when I stop and say that it takes thousands and thousands and thousands of flowers to come up with 1 ounce, or about 30 mils of an essential oil, most of us do not have access to that quantity of raw product to be able to distill our own. Okay, luckily, good quality essential oils are available from many sources, and they're not that hard to come by, and a lot of them are not that expensive. Again, I want to caution you though, and do not buy fragrance oils for your magical practice. Most of the time, fragrance oils are synthetic. They do not hold the magical properties that something that was once a living thing has. The living things, we are all connected together by divine universal energy, And that universal energy is what helps us in our magical practice. We can bond with it. We learn how to work with it. We learn how to harness that energy to intensify our magical intent. Okay? Magic, if you remember, is the ability to harness energy from your surroundings, focus it on a particular intent, and then release it back out to bring about a change that you want, to manifest something that you want to have happen. Okay? So it is really, really important to not use any kind of synthetic oils in your magical practice, because they're just not going to work. Okay? What I want you to do is to stop and think. When we think about our relationship with, essential oils and even herbs and stuff, I want you to stop and think about scents. Okay? Scents that stand out to you in your memory. Maybe it's the scent of vanilla or cinnamon, of, something that's a baked good of some kind. Maybe it's a flower that, your grandmother loved, or even the perfume that she wore. Scent can also elicit negative reactions. For me, cedar wood essential oil literally makes me want to vomit whenever I smell it, because it reminds me of the smell of jet fuel. I had a 31-year career with a pretty big major fire department in the United States. And my fire department was one that responded to the Pentagon on 9/11. I was there in a logistics support role, but the smell of jet fuel was just very, very heavy and cloying in the air. And so whenever I smell cedar wood, I think about 9/11 and the things that I saw that day. So cedar wood, and I discovered this, through my training. One of the things we had to do was, like put a blindfold on and smell a cotton ball that had like a drop or two of an essential oil in it, and see if we could identify what it was. And this was before we had really studied, herbs and essential oils to any kind of depth. And, I remember being able to identify, a drop of rose absolute. I was able to identify lavender, rosemary, sage, and then there came the cotton ball with cedar wood. And I literally had to shove it over to the partner next to me and run to the bathroom and throw up. That's the kind of thing that you need to discover as you work with essential oils. Okay, so I'm going to caution you to start out slow, okay, and to think about scents that elicit a more pleasant response on your part. Okay, ancient traditions have used essential oils for medicinal and magical purposes, basically since history has been recorded. Priests and priestesses serve double duty as not only your spiritual leader, but also as healers, because they had the knowledge about the oils and the herbs and the resins and everything else, and about that universal energy coming together to treat sickness. Okay, and if you stop and think, before the modern era, we did not even have antibiotics in the 20s. My parents were both born in the 1920s during the my dad was born right before the Depression, and my mother was born in 1929, right at the beginning of the Depression. They didn't have antibiotics, but they had a wealth of herbs and bark and even lichen, and mold that grew on the side of a particular tree that's native to the area of the United States that I'm from. And they used those plants and flowers and everything in their natural environment to develop herbal remedies, okay? Even during the Dark Ages, there were many physicians who used essential oil blends, including pine oil and frankincense oil, to treat the Black Plague and keep it away. So, I mean, it was very popular for certain, practitioners, plague physicians, to get people to burn those incenses. They had enough sense to have people put, lime on the body of someone who died from the plague to kind of contain the contagion of the plague. When we use essential oils, we can use them in our incense, like I just mentioned, something to burn. The smoke of the incense, you have to stop and think. It not only, usually gives you a fairly pleasure-invoking scent, but it also, if you stop and think of it from a metaphysical standpoint, it transcends the planes of existence between the physical and the spiritual, or what I call the mundane, or, the physical world, and the esoteric, or your spiritual world, because the smoke carries that intent up into that esoteric plane or spiritual plane. You stop and think. In ancient Egypt, they used essential oils and anointed their dead with oils. Even, in the Bible, it talks about, Jesus's body being anointed for his burial, right? Ancient Egypt not only anointed the bodies, but they injected the oils into the bodies that preserved them, think mummies, and served as embalming potions. They also, the use of essential oils in creating perfumes is also a very ancient practice that, dates back to about 3000 BCE. And back then, they blended perfumes specific to the deity that was being worshipped, and people would put that on before they got to the temple to please that particular deity. And each deity had their own unique temple blend, okay? It was this practice that then the early Christian church kind of focused on, and it was eventually deemed that perfume was considered to be an earthly pleasure, okay? And then that then turned as one of the ways during the witch hunts and the burning times where the possession of these oils was considered evidence of witchcraft, okay? Now, by the time the 20th century, rolls in, they start to develop, chemically based medicines, or develop medicines that are derived from natural sources, like laudanum was from opium poppies, okay? Eventually, penicillin was derived out of mold. Foxglove or digitalis was one early cardiac drug that was developed, okay? But the thought of essential oils and herbal medicine, if you were not in a rural area like I'm from, Um, the use of herbal remedies fell out of fashion, and it didn't come back into fashion until like the 1920s, where a French chemist coined the term aromatherapy and used it for the medicinal properties of the essential oils. Okay. Now, I told you to kind of think back of, smells that elicit really, beautiful memories to you. Like, say for instance, your favorite perfume. Okay. Look up the notes of that perfume. Okay. What are the top notes and what are the base notes? Top notes are what hits you right off the bat. The minute that it dries down and hits your skin, what are those top notes? Okay. Are they floral? Are they spicy? Are they fresh? What kind of feeling does it invoke for you? Then wait a few minutes and let the perfume dry down. Okay, it will go through middle notes, and then what anchors it is what is called the base notes. Those base notes are also another one that would be really good to know, because the chances are, if these notes were used in a fragrance that you love and enjoy, you are probably going to have a bond with that essential oil. Okay. It is very important to strengthen your bond, as it is with gemstones and herbs. Strengthen your bond with the essential oil that you're thinking about. Okay. We can use essential oils in any number of things to anoint ritual tools, anoint ourselves, consecrate talismans and charms and other magical tools, incorporate them into charms, talismans, etc. They give us a magical boost. Okay. And once you figure out a few oils that you really are attracted to and bond with and have an affinity with, then your magic becomes that, even more powerful. Stop and appreciate what the earth gave up to you. The sacrifice, like in the case of jasmine flowers, the sacrifice of thousands and thousands and thousands of flowers to distill down to make that oil. The sacrifice of the sandalwood, the bark coming from a sandalwood tree to make that sandalwood essential oil. So how do you even start? Okay, incorporating things, essential oils, into your magical practice. One of the first things that I ever did to really start blending and really bonding with my oils was to add a couple of drops of essential oil to a bath tea, or to like Epsom salts, and make your own ritual salt bath, incorporating, and I did it with rosemary and sage. Those are my two favorite cleansing and consecrating essential oils, along with lavender. A lot of people don't like essential oil lavender, and for my first general cleansing bath that I did, it was with Epsom salts, and then putting in a few drops of rosemary oil and a few drops of sage oil. then you can start thinking about doing your own blends, your own magical blends for different purposes, like anointing your body, anointing your magical tools, incorporating them with the herbs you put in poppets and charm bags, anointing candles, candles being anointed with an oil for a specific intent and then rolled in the herbs to get the herbs to stick to that little, like spell candle, is an excellent way to incorporate essential oils and doing your own blends. Another thing that you can do is to take a trip to like your local whole food store, health food store, vitamin store, heck, even Walmart is now carrying essential oils. I am a little dubious about the quality of the ones at somewhere like Walmart, because I don't know that much about the line that they carry. But places like GNC and the Vitamin Shop do carry essential oils. And they carry decent brands there as well. And they also carry carrier oils. And I'll get into that in just a minute. You also want to, if you want to ingest an oil, in other words, put like a little drop of oil in with a tea that you make sure that those oils like cinnamon, clove, vanilla, they are food grade essential oils. Okay, food grade. You never want to ingest an essential oil that you have not done a tremendous amount of research on, okay? But if the essential oil that you get is very common in like cooking, like cinnamon, clove, vanilla, and things of that, lemon, orange, sweet orange, those are, usually going to be okay, all right? Start off with just a couple of oils, say maybe 3 or 4, and then work from there. I think the first ones that I ended up purchasing were lavender, sage, rosemary, sweet orange as like essential oils, and then cinnamon food grade oil. Okay, that also is an essential oil. Those provided a really good core base for me to work with, especially as I was cutting my magical chops. Now you're like, okay, where am I going to get this stuff? Like I said, some places, Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, a lot of, kind of like big chain stores carry them. I am a little dubious about those places for an essential oil, because what I really recommend is that you make sure you purchase something that is certified organic. If you're in the US, look for that USDA organic stamp or certification for it. You also want to make sure that it is therapeutic grade or food grade. Okay. Like I said, I don't know about the oils at, Walmart and places like that. I am going to also give you a caution, is do not fall into what I call the multi-level marketing or MLM essential oil pit. Okay, there are a couple of brands that specialize in essential oils, essential oil blends, and aromatherapy, and their oils are ungodly priced. They are also a way to try and sucker you in to start your own business, and sell their oils, and then but you have to buy a certain amount every month, da 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 da. It's a money pit. A friend of mine spent over $1,000 on essential oils from one of these Young Living, and they may be, they are good quality. I'm not saying anything about that, but when I showed her what I pay for organic USDA certified therapeutic grade essential oils versus what she paid, she almost had a coronary. So I'm going to give you that cautionary tale. One brand that I do like, that I have several from the brand, is one that's called Purador, and I'll list that down here. They are organic USDA certified, and they're therapeutic grade. They are not horribly expensive. As a matter of fact, they're sold on Amazon. They have a beginning little kit that has like 10 essential oils plus a wooden box that it comes to store your oils in for like 20 bucks. So it's not bad at all. And what's really important when you do invest in these oils is that you make sure, there are a couple of things. You want to make sure that what you buy is never in a plastic bottle, okay? They need to be in either amber or cobalt glass, because sunlight degrades your essential oils. I've even got some that are metal bottles that have like the little droppers in the top. And those are good too. You want to make sure that you don't have clear glass or plastic. You never want to store your oils in plastic. Period. End of statement. You also want to make sure that you store them inside a box or, some kind of container that is impermeable to light. You also want to store them in a manner that they are away from the access of children or your pets, because they can be very toxic, depending on what you have in your apothecary. Now, I also keep on hand little like half dram and dram bottles that when I make, and pipettes, that when I make a blend for my magical intent, you only need a very few drops. So I keep a couple of these little teeny bottles on hand, and then I label what they are and when I made the blend. So I keep those on hand as well. If you do something like a full moon blend or a dark moon blend, or your Yule blend, something like that you can make in a little bit bigger quantity, then by all means get you a little bottle and make the blend up. Now, you automatically think, when you think essential oils, is like putting them into incense. And that is a wonderful way. I mean, that's one of the first ways that most witches start bonding with essential oils, is giving a little kick to their incense blends with a drop or two of an essential oil. Okay, it just magnifies the magical properties. But it's also good to incorporate them into ritual salt baths, bath teas, anointing oils for your altar, anointing blends for your body, making dream pillows, poppets, charms, amulets, talismans, and even in maintaining your magical household. Okay, you can make your own room sprays with distilled water and drops of an essential oil, and then you just shake it up and you can spray it around. This is a good alternative, say doing a sage one. This is a great alternative for people who may not be able to smudge, I mean, because they can't burn stuff, you know, because of a respiratory issue or not wanting to set your, you know, fire alarms off or whatever. Doing a room spray with a few drops of sage essential oil and then misting it all over the house to help balance the energy and get rid of negative energy and clear your sacred space is a great way to do that. Adding a couple of drops of essential oil to your mop water, adding a drop in with like lemon oil to, you know, lemon oil polish for your furniture. You know, just put in one little, you know, drop and give it a little boost of lemon oil with your furniture polish. So you want to buy the single essential oils. Don't buy the pre-made essential oil blends. Okay, just like with everything else, the more effort and thought and deliberation that you put into your magical practice, the better the reward is going to be. So if you make your own blends, your own oil blends, and you put that energy and you put that intent into that oil blend, it is much more effective than sitting there getting a mass-produced essential oil blend in a carrier oil that's diluted everything down. It's a lot more effective to do it and yourself. And you know, you probably already have some carrier oils in your kitchen, and you probably wouldn't have to make a big investment in, you know, buying carrier oils. One of the best, most versatile carrier oils that you can use is olive oil. The only caveat that I give you for olive oil is to purchase extra virgin, organic, first press, cold press, extra virgin olive oil. That is one of the, it is the best all-purpose oil that there is out there for carrier oils. But you're not limited to that, okay? You want to make sure that you never put a raw essential oil on your body. They can cause like minor burns and stuff. There are some essential oils you don't ever want to put, like if you've got a scratch or an open wound on your skin, you don't ever want to put raw essential oil directly on your skin. It's got to be diluted down with a carrier oil. You also want to make sure that you want to thoroughly research everything before you ingest any oil, okay? So another thing you have to do is, okay, you've done your blend, you've done your research, you've bonded with a few essential oils. You have to set the intent. So like I said, I keep oil blends on hand, okay? I may not use it all on a particular, you know, ritual or a spell. So you have to set the intent for whatever it is that you're doing, be it, you know, a Sabbat ritual, whether it's moon magic, whether it's a quick spell for, you know, let's say prosperity. You have to set the intent of that blend or that essential oil mix, okay? You want to actually take the time and infuse that energy, hold it in your hand, and infuse that energy and intent into the magical oil that you've created, okay? That blend that you've created. And it's as simple or as complicated as you want to make it, all right? Now, I have what I call my 13 power essential oils for your magical apothecary, okay? I also have several carrier oils that I use that have different magical intents for them, and I'm going to get into those now. The first one on my list is cinnamon. This is for money, prosperity, healing, success, protection, luck, spirituality, astral projection. It's affiliated with the base or the root chakra, health, lust, meditation, physical energy, protection, psychic awareness. The next one is clove. Now, I will tell you that oil of clove can really irritate your skin, and so can oil of cinnamon. It can really irritate your skin. Do not get those two in your eyes because it will burn like a mother. So be very, very careful and make sure you wash your hands thoroughly when you use any of these essential oils before you start touching things on your face and stuff. Clove. It's an aura cleanser. It's for protection, banishing negative energy, spirits, stopping gossip, exorcisms, purification, balancing your chakras, courage, divination, protection, and psychic awareness. Another is dragon's blood. This is for protection, increasing the potency of any magical work. This is kind of like the clear quartz crystal of the essential oil blend world, okay? And it's also great for purification, banishing, exorcism, and love. Frankincense is another one. Protection, cleansing, purification, protective work, consecration, meditation, blessings, courage, exorcism, and the solar plexus chakra. The next one I have is lavender. This is great for relaxation, sleep, healing, protection, purification, balancing your chakra. It's affiliated with the third eye chakra, business success, happiness, health. The next is lemon. Now, lemon is great for cleansing, longevity, purification, love, friendship, chakra balancing, maintaining health, and physical energy. Myrrh is great for spirituality, meditation, healing, enhancing any magical workings. It's another one that's like one of those all-purpose boosters, okay? It's also for astral projection, attraction, chakra balancing, blessings, the crown chakra, consecration, exorcism, protection, psychic energy, and unhexing. Patchouli. This is for money, love, luck, peace, fertility, promote the growth of business, banishing negativity, growth, mastery, prosperity, and sex. Peppermint is for healing, purification, clear out sickness and negative energy from your home, exorcism, maintaining health, and protection. Next on my list is rosemary. Rosemary stimulates your conscious mind. Great for exorcism, maintaining health. It's affiliated with the heart chakra and the third eye chakra. Longevity, love, protection, remembrance, and vitality. Sage is wonderful for cleansing spaces and magical objects. banishing negative energy, exorcism, money, purification, and wisdom. Sandalwood is great for clearing negativity, protection, healing, exorcism, chakras, meditation, anointing, astral projection, blessing, consecration, love, purification, the sacral chakra, and your spirituality. And finally, the last one is vetiver. And this is for divination, exorcism, love, money, peace, protection, and unhexing. Now, the carrier oils that I use on a fairly routine basis, and some not as, often as others, and this is not all encompassing. There are other carrier oils out there, but these are the ones that I work with the most. The first one is almond oil, or sweet almond oil. This is great for workings with wisdom, money, fruitfulness, abundance, and prosperity. Apricot kernel oil is great for blends having to do with love or emotions. Avocado oil is great for love, lust, and beauty, or like glamour, magic. Castor oil is great for protection and absorbing negativity. Coconut oil, and I use the fractionated coconut oil so that it doesn't go back into solid form, okay? This is great for purification and protection. Grapeseed oil, fertility, money, and strengthening mental abilities. Hemp seed oil is great for healing, love, psychic ability, and meditation. Jojoba oil is for healing and love. Olive oil, it's that all-purpose, great carrier oil. It also has additional properties of healing, peace, fertility, and protection, but you can use it to carry any oil at all for any intent that you set. Rosehip oil is great for love, peace, calmness, meditation, and relieving stress. And sunflower oil is great for protection, fertility, health, and wisdom. All right, my friends, that is it for essential oils. Do you have any essential oils that you already know that you love? If you do, put them down in the comments section. Think of ways, let me know how you plan on incorporating essential oils into your practice. Are there ones that you're just drawn to naturally? Let me know how it goes. All right. As always, my friends, the handouts are linked. The link to the handouts are in the description box. I also have linked the lunar tracking sheet, a ritual worksheet, and a spell worksheet to just help you out putting together and starting up your Book of Shadows or your grimoires. And with that, my friends, please be sure to subscribe before you leave. Give the video a like, and merry we did meet, merry we will part until we merry meet again. Be well and walk in love and light, everybody. Bye.